Hey everybody, it's Audrey Cleo Yap, bratty.com's anchor and reporter. Welcome to the Variety After Show. I'm going to be joined by Usain Bolt, 8-time Olympic gold medalist and fastest man in the world. He's going to be talking about Greatness Code, which is a new docu-series, It's a series of documentaries actually that's going to be dropping on Apple TV+. Now, I know this interview was supposed to start at 4 o'clock, so thank you everybody for being patient. Usain was a little bit delayed, so we're just going to hang out and wait for him to join. So yeah, in the meantime, I would love to hear from you all. Tell me where you're joining from, what you are all watching, what you're binging right now, what's keeping you entertained. Put it in the comments. I want to know. Let's see. I'm scrolling through comments right now. No one's telling me what they're binging yet. No one's telling me. Hey, from Australia. Where in Australia? One of my favorite places to visit. Very sad that I can't be there right now with you all. I see Rebecca. She says he'll be here soon. Usain Bolt will be here soon. Very excited to talk to him. He just had a daughter in May and named her Olympia Lightning Bolt. Love it. It's a great name. Someone said that they just saw little fires everywhere. I'm assuming it's little fires everywhere. It's great. Someone else said they're rewatching all of Killing Eve. That's a great show. I haven't been able to see the latest season. I'm very, very sad I missed that. Hello from Spain. Hi. Money Heist. That's also a good one. Hello from Turkey. Wow. Everybody's coming. It's international. Love it. Someone beaming in from Nigeria. Big Little Lies. Good. Good. Brazil. Someone says they're binging Queen Sugar. Nice. Good choices, you guys. Good choices, everybody. Is everyone feeling like they have enough to binge? That's my question. Are we running out of things to watch yet? I mean, I would imagine not, because there's so much TV and so much programming out there. But I feel like with production slowing down, maybe, it's going to kind of run out soon. Someone said Eurovision was actually good as well. I had a blast watching Eurovision. I know a lot of people were divided about it. I thought it was hilarious. I loved the music. The music was actually so catchy. Someone says they can't wait for Cobra Kai season 3 on Netflix. What else? Little fires everywhere. The Broderick story, The Dirty Dawn season 2. I've been watching that as well. We're actually going to be having Christian Slater. He's going to join us on the after show next Tuesday. So be sure to check back here for that conversation. Someone says, can't wait for the next Witcher. Same. I loved that show. I had so much fun with it. It was so out of this world and so unlike Game of Thrones in the best way possible. We had Joey Beatty, who plays Jaskier, on our show a couple months ago when we could still go into the studio, and he was fantastic. Toss a coin to your Witcher is probably going to be in my head for the rest of my life. Usain Bolt, I see you. If you can request, I'm going to try to request to go live with you, actually. We're waiting for Usain to connect with us. It says it's waiting for Usain Bolt, so hopefully he'll be able to connect with us soon. Hey, how are ya?
Good.
Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Let me just do a little adjusting here.
I'm shy.
No, you're good. This is what making TV is like in the era of COVID, when you're doing it during a pandemic, right?
Yes, pretty true, pretty true.
Well, Usain Bolt, 8-time Olympic gold medalist, fastest man in the world. Welcome to the Variety After Show. I'm Audrey Yap for everybody tuning in. I'm Variety.com's news anchor and reporter. This is the show where we break down episodes of your favorite and soon-to-be favorite shows with the stars themselves. The show we're going to be talking about is Greatness Code, which usually we talk about the show after it airs, but it's actually coming out tomorrow. But
Exactly.
It's going to be a non-spoilery chat. I think we all know the ending to this story, which is you're one of the best athletes of all time. So there's
Appreciate it.
spoiler alert. Also, congratulations. Just had your baby daughter in
Yes.
May, Olympia Lightning Bolt.
Yes.
How did you all settle on that name?
Well, it was mainly my girlfriend. We when she got pregnant, we decided that if it was a boy, I would name him. If it was a girl, she would name him, and she did a lot of research and came up with that name. So I was like, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a Greek name, so I liked it.
What was your choice for a name for a boy, if you all had a boy?
I don't want to tell you because we're gonna try for a boy, and I don't want to spoil it.
Okay. Come. Let's circle back.
Yeah.
You have to come and tell us.
Yeah.
Serena Williams, her daughter, is also named
Yeah.
Olympia. Did you all know that?
I actually found out, and I actually follow her, and I never noticed until I actually put it out, and they were like, "Yeah," and the Instagrammers and say, "Oh, our daughter's name is Olympia also," so it's pretty cool. Greatness, right?
How is fatherhood?
It's interesting. I'm learning a few things. Got spit up on a few times already, so that's cool.
Is it
But
easier
it's
or harder than setting a world record?
It's harder. The first week I got sick. I got sick the first week because I was scared to fall asleep, so I stayed up at night just watching her because
Wow.
I'm a heavy sleeper. But I've learned that I'm gonna wake. I'm gonna get up no matter what. So I'm better now. I'm getting better and I'm learning.
All a learning curve. They don't come with handbooks.
No, they don't.
Is what I hear. Do you see, with that kind of name though? Do you see Olympic gold in her future?
Yeah, I told Casey, my girlfriend, I told her, I was like, I think you're putting a little bit of pressure on her to name her Olympia. But we'll see. I'm not going to force her to do anything. So anything she wants to do will be fine with me.
What if she hates running? What if she hates running?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because running is hard. So
It is.
I'll understand. I'll understand why.
That's a good attitude to have. So the show, like I had said, it's Greatness Code. You join a roster of elite, amazing athletes on this series. And I got to see it. I got to see your episode. And I thought it was so interesting. You break down when you set that world record, when you race against Tyson Gay. And you say that when you race, everything goes in slow motion.
Yes, for me.
And so does that mean you can remember all of your big races with that kind of detail?
Yeah, all my big races I do remember because they're so intense. And I know because I'm 100, I'm not particularly one of the best starters. I'm always so focused on everything that's around me because I don't want to make any mistakes. So for me, with my big races, I do remember pretty much step by step. That's how slow it goes for me.
You talk about those first 5 steps.
Yeah.
What are they like?
For me, they're very important. Those, for me, is a do or die moment. You know what I mean? Because when you're in that level of competition, if you make a mistake at times, it could cost you your race. So for me, the first 5 steps are always very important to get my balance and to get going.
Yeah, absolutely. And then at the end of that race, can you relive that feeling? Because go.
It's hard to explain, but it's just something that explodes. It's a relief because this is the moment that you train for throughout the season. This is this one moment that you train for. So for me, when I get across that line, it's a relief, happiness, everything in one. So it's always just a great feeling.
How do you think Tyson Gay remembers that race?
He was very upset at the end, so I don't think he wants to remember it.
I understand. But you are now retired.
Yes.
Do you miss the game? Do you miss the competition?
No, I miss the crowd. When when I watch soccer and stuff, and the energy, and I hear the roaring in the stadium, that's what I miss. I don't miss the training and stuff, but I miss being on the track in front of the crowd.
Right. That's something that you also mentioned in the episode, the crowd cheering, Bolt, Bolt, Bolt.
Yeah, it's a different feeling, trust me.
Well, this was supposed to be an Olympic year.
Yeah.
And because of circumstances that we are in right now that we were talking about before, those plans have changed drastically. I know you were looking forward to seeing the Olympics as a spectator, right?
I was looking forward to it because this is the first time I'm actually going to watch. So I was excited to go and to watch and to see all the different events and stuff. So, yeah. So
for you as a potential fan, as a spectator, tell me about this moment. How disappointed are you? Like, what are you feeling now that you can't? I mean, it's definitely disappointing. The only good thing about it is that I actually get to take my daughter next year if the world gets back to, because one of my moments is to have my firstborn just to walk on the track with me. That's something that I've always thought about even before having kids. So for me, I'm disappointed about what's going on in the pandemic in the world, but it is what it is. And I've talked to a few athletes that I know they're also disappointed that they didn't get a chance to really compete this year. Who have you talked to and what have they told you? For me, I talked to Zon and Hughes. He's from Britain. They're disappointed because when you train and you feel like you're in good shape and you're feeling good, to not be able to compete. I talked to a South African who's actually the world record holder, Van Kirk. I talk to him all the time, and he was just coming back from injury and he was feeling good. So it's just one of those things that we just have to just look forward to next year, and hopefully we can move past this. And for Olympic athletes, you plan your training, you time it to when the Olympics are going to be. And, for anybody who doesn't know, this is a very, very regimented schedule down to your competitions, down to what shape your body is going to be in. If you were training for this, if you were one of the athletes who's anticipating going, what do you think you would be going through right now? For me, it's always going to be hard on athletes because, as you said, we know our competitions throughout the season. Like, we need to be in this shape. We need to get this right. So you're so focused and getting the steps done to now not be able to actually compete. So it's going to be frustrating. But I really think the athletes really understand why it's canceled. So they just have to move on and just prepare and try to get mentally prepared for next year. Do you think it's going to have a long-term effect on the games and years forward? There's talk that they might be canceled completely next year. I don't know. It would be hard, you know what I mean? Because the Olympics is one of the big moments for track athletes. It's something that we look forward to, and it's every 4 years. So if it's canceled completely, I know it's going to be tough. A lot of athletes will take that hard, for sure. You are one of, like I said, a bunch of elite athletes who are part of this series. LeBron James is part of it. His media company actually had a hand in producing it. Tom Brady, Alex Morgan, Kelly Slater, Shaun White. Out of all of the other athletes featured, who are you a big fan of? Who are you the biggest fan of? I'm definitely a fan of LeBron, and I want to see Tom Brady's film. I want to see it because throughout the years, what he has done, I really want to hear the moment that he speaks about, because he has so much titles. I really want to hear what his greatest moment is. Are you a football fan? Are you an American football fan? Yeah, I'm an American football fan. I actually support Green Bay. So.
Yeah. We're not looking so good. We didn't get any wide receivers, so let's see how it goes this season.
They didn't know this about you. That's great. How did they approach you to be a part of this show?
For me, it's just a call, you know what I mean? It's just a call. And when they told me what's about and who's going to be a part of it, I was just happy because I worked my whole life to be among the greats. So to be in the list that you just listed out is just an honor.
Yeah, absolutely. These are extraordinary times. We know athletes are trying to adapt their training. How have you been able to, adapt your exercise routine, your workout routines?
Well, for me, it's just been a little bit of gym, and I've recently picked up cycling, which is really rough. You know what I mean? So, but it's
Rough
something new.
rough how.
That is just I have a newfound respect for cyclists because you see, like even Tour de France, you see it and they make it look easy. It's not. It's not. So for me and my friends now, we picked up cycling. So it's something that we do on a daily basis.
Oh, really? For how long?
It depends. Like we're doing more and more every week. We started off like with 4 miles maybe, and every week we try to add 1 or 2 and stuff like that.
And are you still on the track on certain days doing that?
No. I stay away from the track. My coach gets too excited when I come to the track, so I stay away from the track.
Well, is there anything, I know you say you don't miss the training, but you miss the crowds.
Yes, I do.
Is there anything that could bring you out of retirement?
No, listen, the only person I've told is my coach. And my coach came back and told me, listen, let's do this. I will. Because I believe so much in my coach. So I know if he says we're going to do this, I know it's possible.
Okay, so if your coach says it's a go.
Give Glenn Mills a call and I'll be back.
Because I think a lot of people would love to see you back on that stage once the world is
Definitely.
back on straight.
Yeah.
Simone Biles, another incredible athlete. She's been making headlines for all of the advocacy that she has done for her fellow Olympic gymnasts. And hearing their stories come to public light, what do you as an Olympian think? These national Olympic committees, the IOC, what could they be doing to protect these athletes so what happened to them doesn't happen?
I've not actually heard the story. I actually just was going through Instagram and I saw her pop up in my feed, so I'm not sure exactly what went on. You know what I mean? So I can't really speak on that.
Got it. I mean, athletes, when they're young, though, they go through so much.
Okay.
And, for the Olympic USA gymnasts, it was, having to suffer some abuse, and it was terrible. But as for young athletes, how do you hope that they're protected? For
me, it's, as you said, is a committees to put things in place to make sure this never happens. You know what I mean? So it's just all about coming together and figuring out ways to really support the athletes from a younger age.
And in your sport, in track, who are you paying attention to? Who are you excited about?
For me, I'm just watching. I think I have bad luck with picking people. Like when I say I like this person, at times it doesn't work out. So for me now, I just observe and appreciate the talent and just hope no one breaks my world record.
So you still have that competitive, that's never going to leave. That's never going to leave.
It's never going to leave.
I feel like we're going to see you back on that track. What else can you tell us about Greatness Code and what people can expect from watching the series?
No, it's all the great people. It's all the great moments. And just to see what we go through and to understand the pressure, but the joy and the focus that we have.
And what's next for you?
Just trying to be a good dad. That's next right now.
I think that's a really, really good plan. Yeah. Usain Bolt, this was a pleasure. Thank you so much for hopping on and talking about Greatness Code.
Not a problem. All
All
right.
right. Take
Bye.
care. Stay healthy. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the Variety After Show. That was Usain Bolt. He's featured on The Greatness Code, which comes out on Apple TV Plus tomorrow, July 10th. Hope you can check it out. I'm Audrey Cleo Yap. You can follow me at Audrey Cleo on Twitter and Instagram. And for the latest in the business of entertainment, you know what to do. Head over to variety.com. See you on the next one.